Preston Davey was born on the 16th of June 2022. His life was surrounded by tragedy from the very beginning. His biological mother was Sarah Davey. Years before Preston was born, Sarah was convicted over the killing of 71-year-old Lily Lilly in Greater Manchester when she was a teenager. If you'd like me to cover that case in a separate video, let me know in the comments. But for now, let's get back to Preston's story. Just days after Preston was born, he was taken into care. At only 5 days old, he was placed with experienced foster carers Sandra and Paul Cooper. The couple had spent decades fostering children and cared for Preston for much of his first year of life. Sandra later described Preston as a happy, healthy little boy who smiled often and loved cuddles. For around 10 months, Preston lived with his foster family. Then, on the 3rd of April 2023, Preston was moved into the home of Jamie Varley and John McGowan Fazakerley as part of an adoption placement. This was supposed to become his forever home. But Sandra Cooper later told a court that she developed a gut feeling that something was not right. She said she became concerned after visits became difficult to arrange and later felt Preston was being hidden from her. Sandra told the court that she raised concerns after becoming worried about Preston's well-being. Court reporting has since highlighted at least 9 occasions when concerns about Preston were raised with professionals before his death. The jury was also shown video evidence recovered during the investigation. According to the prosecution, one recording showed loud music being played while Preston was trying to sleep. Prosecutors argued that the footage formed part of a wider pattern of mistreatment during the final months of Preston's life. Jurors were also shown footage of Preston playing with toys and moving around normally. During the trial, Jamie Varley relied on some of this footage in an attempt to explain how Preston may have received some of the injuries found on his body.
Oopsie! Oh, it's okay!
On July 27, 2023, Preston was taken to Blackpool Victoria Hospital, unconscious and in cardiac arrest. The court heard that Preston had been in the sole care of Jamie Varley for much of that day, before John McGowan Fazakerley returned home from work. Despite the efforts of medical staff, Preston was pronounced dead later that evening. He was only 13 months old. A post-mortem examination found that Preston died from acute upper airway obstruction. The prosecution argued that the medical evidence showed Preston's airway had been deliberately obstructed. Medical experts also told the court that the evidence did not support claims that Preston had accidentally drowned in the bath, as had initially been suggested. The court heard that Preston had suffered around 40 separate injuries during the final months of his life. These included bruising to his mouth, throat, bowel and bladder, along with a healing fracture to his left arm, which experts concluded was non-accidental. The jury also heard evidence that Preston had been subjected to physical, emotional and sexual abuse during his time in the couple's care. Prosecutors said these injuries painted a devastating picture of Preston's final months. Following a lengthy trial at Preston Crown Court, Jamie Varley was convicted of murder, child cruelty, grievous bodily harm, sexual offences, and offences involving indecent images of children. John McGowan Fazakerley was convicted of allowing the death of a child, child cruelty, and sexual assault. Preston entered care as a newborn. He was loved by his foster family. He was placed in what was meant to be his forever home, and less than 4 months later, he was dead. His case has raised serious questions about safeguarding, warning signs, and how a vulnerable little boy could be failed by so many people around him. Who failed Preston Davey? Thanks for watching. Like, comment and share for more UK crime and court updates.